All right, guys, welcome to this weekly Friday fundamental bias review, and that's for the week of November 1st. First week of November. So I hope everyone had a great week of trading. Uh, there was a lot of movement in the market, so hopefully you catch most of the moves here. But we're gonna look at what happened here overall for the week on our buys and specifically what happened with our Enigma signals and setups to see exactly if it makes sense or not, and if we have a lot of good setups here overall for a week. So we're gonna start in a few minutes, guys, as usual. So we're gonna start in at 9:05, and we're gonna look at the overall market for the week. So we're gonna start in 5 minutes. All right. Hi guys, welcome. So we're gonna start in a couple of minutes here. So it's the first time that you're on this webinar. What we do is we look at our fundamental bias that we had set up for the week on Monday, on every Monday. And if you are paying members, you're gonna have access to it basically on the previous Saturday. So you could start your week fresh. But Monday night, I give all the details on that. And on Friday, what we do is that we look at the week and see if our fundamental bias, our commitment of traders, aka COT, made sense, and we're going to look at all of the pairs to see exactly if we had any setups correlation with Enigma, and yeah, and that's and there'll be a Q&A at the end if there's any questions or between. We're going to look at that too at the same time. So we're going to start here in 2 minutes. So maybe type the number one if you could hear me first. I'm just gonna see if everything is set up correctly, and we're gonna start. Me personally, it was a hectic week for me, so I was in and out, and I didn't take a lot of trades. I think I only take maybe 2 or 3 trades overall. And usually, you don't need to take a lot of trades to be profitable in the market, guys. So don't over trade or be in the charts 24/7. That's not the idea. The idea is to get in on the right setup, and that's why we created Enigma for you guys, so you could just wait for the alerts, look at the setups, see if it makes sense, and just take the trade. Put your stop loss, take profit in your TPs, and walk away. Okay, that's the best. If you want to have emotionless trading, that's the best way to do. But do not, and I repeat, do not overtrade. Okay, if you lose and it didn't went well, take a break, go take a walk or something. But the market will still be there tomorrow. Okay, so not now because it's Friday, but unless you're trading crypto, it's 24/7. But for the forex market, it's gonna start back on Sunday. So take the weekend off or maybe look at the charts to analyze what you did overall on your markups and everything, and just come back on Monday fresh and ready to roll. So, right, okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, so let's start with the weekly review. I'm just gonna share my screen. All right. I think it's flickering right now, right? Why is it doing that? Yeah, it's flickering. Give me 2 seconds, guys. It's not flickering on my end, but on the live stream it does. Yeah, I think it's good now. Okay, perfect. Okay, so as you all know, I put all of the currencies here, the currency pairs that were the ones that will be moving overall for the week. And what I'm gonna start doing starting next week, so basically tomorrow for the paid members, they're gonna have access to the fundamental buys earlier than the free members here. I'm gonna put only the pairs that'll be moving. Okay, so I'm not gonna put any directions. Okay, and only put the pairs that will be moving. Okay, so if you want to have like an in-depth analysis of the bias and everything like that, you can ask me on our live. Okay, but overall, we're not gonna give you a direction. We're only gonna give you the actual pairs that will be moving. Okay. So that way, it's going to be easier for everyone to understand, and just follow those charts and wait for the setups to be created with Enigma, okay, and any other tools that you're using, okay. Perfect. So for this time, I'm gonna look at the bias that I put on Discord. So I'm just gonna go back on the Discord channel. So it's going to be under the trading analysis and weekly COT update. Okay, so that's basically my channel that I put all of the currencies that'll be moving here. Okay, just gonna scroll a little bit. Perfect. So that's what I put it here on the 30th. Okay, so a couple of days before the market opened. So we had AUD/USD. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. AUD/USD as a buy. And as you know, it went down for the week. Okay, so that's why I will not put the bias specifically. Okay, because I always say, guys, regardless of the bias that we have here, the reason why we're putting this pair on the list is because it's going to be moving a lot for the week. Okay, so that's why there's maybe confusion on okay, I'm just looking for buys. No, you're not just looking for buys. You're looking for movements on the pair, regardless if it's a buy or sell. Okay. So that's why we're gonna remove that part here, the right part. Okay. Only the currency you're gonna see. Okay. So it did move. So we had a strong bearish candle. So I think it's going to be a reversal. I'll be putting on for the weeks that be coming, but we'll see exactly what we'll have here as entries and everything like that. So I'm just going to go on the hourly. What's good? What's good? What's good? I'm good. I'm good. Perfect. So let's look at Euro AUD. So did we had any setups here on Euro AUD? And remember, the week started on the 1st, right? As I could see, there was no setups here, but let's see, I'm just gonna see if everything is up and running here. Yeah, everything is good on that. So yeah, so we don't see any setups, but there was good setups here for sells. And that basically, if you look at here, this is the start of the week. And right there, already on Monday, it gives you the high of the week, okay? And then it tried to retest it, and then it dropped off. Okay, so you had a good setup here for sell, another one here, and then it went up at the end of the week here and consolidated. Perfect. Let's see. Is there anyone that has maybe a specific pair that you want me to look at? Because I'm just gonna put. I'm just gonna put the pairs here that we have on the list here. Yeah, let's see here. Breaker block on the first for the sell. Yeah, exactly. Right there. Yeah. So let's go back. Okay, yeah, Euro AUD. Okay, so let's look at Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD. Okay, we didn't have it on as a COT, but I'm just gonna pull it up. Okay. Let's look at Euro USD because this pair I had it as a neutral pair because it was not on my list. Okay, so when I put my list here, if you don't see the currency pair that you're talking about, that means that it's a neutral pair. Okay, so that means that they're going on the same direction. And I think the euro and the US dollar, based on the fundamentals, were going in the same direction. It was going as a sell on both of them. As you could see, it went up and down and didn't do. It did do some direction, some movement here overall. Well, we didn't have any specific buys here. So at that point, you would rely on your skills and the Enigma alerts if there's any. So there was no alerts here, but there were some good setups. Okay. So that's good. Okay, let's look at go back on the weekly. Look at AUD JPY. Same thing. This one went down overall for the week. Let's look at the 1 hour. So we did have one setup right there for a buy. So make sure that everyone can see. Yeah, perfect. So we did have a buy here, a buy signal that was on Monday, and it hit TP1 and then dropped out. So that was a good setup here. Next, we have Cad Jpy. And as you all know, for the Cad, as I put it there, Cad is a strong buy for the week, and GBP was a strong buy for the week. So when I put, every time I'm going to put my my list here of currencies, I was always going to put the future, okay, the future contract to see if the future contracts that are be moving the most for the week, okay? So I put in British pound and CAD. And as you could see, CAD was a good pair to trade, okay? Especially on Monday. That was the, yeah, that was that was a continuation from last week. I did review that Cad Jpy last week, and I told you that it may have a continuation here for a good setup, and it did. It went to TP2 and then dropped off. And right there, you have the night setup here for a sell. And this one, that was on Friday. And I always say, guys, on Friday, if there's a setup, I don't take it because Friday is the close day for the week, right? So it's basically it's a trap move that they're trying to do. And exactly what it did, they you had a signal, but it went back to your stop loss here. Never touched TP1. Let's look at CHF JPY. Same thing. This one you had good setups. Got a good setup here on Monday. Hit TP1 right there. And then give you a setup here on Friday, but almost TP1, but it did consolidate here at the end. So only one setup here on Monday on CHF JPY. Euro NZD. Yeah, we can look at Euro NZD right now if you want. Euro NZD. Yeah, Euro NZD right there on the second is match TP3. That was an excellent setup here. Excellent setup. So, and guys, like I said, you don't need to take all of the trades that Enigma is sending you, right? You just have to look at the alerts, look at the market structure, where we're in the actual cycle for the market, and then when you see it's going on an uptrend and you see an Enigma signal, that's a good setup. Especially if you have an imbalance here, this is a big imbalance in pricing. It went straight down right there last week. So you had to fill up that gap. So that's another indication that the market was rallying up. So that was a good setup right there. I know a few people took that trade and they smashed it. Smashed it. So perfect. So Euro CHF, you had one setup here on Thursday, and it hit TP1. Good. Euro GBP. Euro GBP, we had TP1, almost TP2. That's a win. And then there was another setup here on Friday, but like I said, guys, I do not trade Fridays. But usually, if there's a good setup on Friday, guys, if it's done before 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, like say you have a setup that was sent out on Thursday night, going on Friday. If it's Thursday night going on Friday, I will take the trade, guys. Okay. But I'll make sure that my position is out before the end of the day, usually before 7 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So this one would have been just gonna see. Yeah, this one would have been an actual setup here that was starting on Thursday night to Monday morning. Okay, to Friday morning. Sorry about that. So that would be a good setup to take. But at that point, if I hit TP1, TP2, I'm out of the trade. Yeah, exactly. So that's basically that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Noon, 10, 9, 6, 7. Here you go. That's 7 o'clock right there. That bearish candle here, that's 7 o'clock. See that, guys? So from all morning it went up, and then at 7 give you that big engulfing candle, and went back down. So that's why I always say, guys, 7 on Fridays. This is where they want to trap you, because I'm pretty sure that there was a lot of people going long here, and they put their stop loss right there, right under that wick here, and just stop them out. Perfect. Next, we have Euro Cad. Let's see. Yeah, so we had one setup, same thing as Cad Jpy. It was a good setup here. So Euro Cad set up on Tuesday, hit TP3 nicely. Same thing here. You see that? Imbalance here. So they have to cover that gap. So that's perfect. Here was a trade that was on Friday. So no bueno. UNZ, we already looked at it. Same thing here. Now GBP JPY. Let's look at GBP JPY. There you go, guys. So we had basically you had two entries for sell. You had this one because it was still valid. It went to Yeah, it went to TP3. Let's see. Yeah, it went to TP3. So that was one TP3 hit, win, and another. And if you missed this one, there was another entry lower. This one went straight to TP3. So that's two entries right there. And that's a Friday entry. Don't need to look at it because it was clearly a consolidation here, price. Now, GBP/USD. So GBP/USD, this it wouldn't kick you out from the trade here because it never touched the stop loss here. Okay, so you were at been in for TP1, TP2. Even you had another entry price here because if you see there's a consolidation here and then went back to TP3. So that was a win. Okay. NZD/USD. Let's see. NZD/USD, we had nothing. Did we had any can y'all check if we had any NZD/USD signals overall? That's a currency I didn't look at over at all this week. But can someone tell me if they receive a notification for NZD/USD this week, or if they took a trade on this pair? In the meanwhile, I'll continue with another pair. So NZD/JPY. Got nothing here. Oh, we got USD CAD. All right. Yeah, let me know if you had any setups on that. We have USD CAD. Yeah, we have DCHF. Because I don't see any setups here on my end. So USD CHF. There was one entry on today on Friday. It hit TP1 and then went back down. Like I said, around 7, they're gonna reverse or they're gonna trap you. And lastly, we have USD ZAR. So ZAR, you had basically overall 4 entries. First one on Monday to Tuesday, it went to TP1 and then went back down. Then on Tuesday, went to TP1, consolidated, and then went to stop loss. So that's still a win here if you took partials. Here you had a sell. That was a loss here. And then you had on Friday, you had a sell here. That was the best setup here overall for the week. But on Friday, I do not trade. So all right, perfect. Okay. So no alerts on NZD USD. Perfect. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, perfect. So that's good on that. So like I said, guys, starting next week. So basically, starting on by tomorrow, because the COT will be updated by tomorrow. So that way you have all the weekends to look at the pairs that you want to trade on. And starting on market open on Sunday, you could decide on which pair to look at. Okay. Um, and what's going to happen is that you only going to see on this section on the trade analysis. Oops. Well, the weekly COT update section. Okay, you're only going to see the currency pairs that'll be moving for the week. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you exactly the bias if it's going to be a buy or a sell. Okay, it's only going to be the currency pair. Okay, so that way it's going to force you to look at the alerts. Okay, and make a decision on what you want to do with the alert. Okay, if you want to buy it or you want to sell it, and you have to look at market structure. If you're on the FX Mastery and you have access to all of our educators, just they're gonna give you some hints on how to look at the market overall. Make sure to not miss the webinars that they offer weekly, because they are fire, and it's gonna elevate your trading overall. So by combining everything and all the other tools, if it's pullback pips, pullback pick tool, it's another great tool to incorporate with Enigma. If you add everything all together, it'll give you a clearer picture of what you have to trade. Okay, so that's why we're going to remove the actual bias. Okay, the bias that we have to give you guys is the bias on the currencies. Okay, so that way you're not just looking for one direction, because forex is a bidirectional chart, right? It could go up or it could go down. And with adding the enigma to it, enigma will tell you exactly the best setups, and it will show you exactly the direction. Okay, because if we go back on let's say the ZAR, if you see a stop loss above an entry, that means that we're looking to sell it, right? Okay, and if you see a stop loss below the entry price, that means that we're looking to buy the market. So the only thing that you need to look at on your end is to see exactly the market structure on how you want to enter the trade. Okay. So that's it, guys. So if I don't know if you have any questions, since I'm with you guys, I'm just gonna stop sharing. Perfect. So I don't know if you have any questions, guys, on the process for the fundamental bias, how we're gonna work starting next week, basically tomorrow, and the weeks after. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll stay here for a couple of minutes until like maybe 5 minutes if there's any questions. If not, we will finish the live here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And on Monday, 9 p.m. we're gonna look at the currency pairs moving, and I will break down exactly the when I say if one currency is strong for the week and whatnot. I'll tell you exactly what I look specifically on the commercials to give me an actual indication that this currency will be moving. Okay. And as you saw this week, the CAD and the British pound were big movers here overall, and those were the ones that had good setups. Like if we go back on Cad Jpy, um, we're gonna I'm just gonna go back here. Yeah, there's a question here. Sanity check. Yeah, exactly. Unless it's when you're gonna receive the alerts, you're gonna see if it's a pending order or not. Okay. Sometimes when the price, I'm just gonna reshare my screen so I could show you guys. Why is it flickering like that? Good now. Okay. So as you can see here, you have the entry price. Okay, now it's good. Okay, so when you see the entry price here, depending exactly on where the actual candle is, the movement of the candle, sometimes the entry price will move a little bit. Okay, but I always recommend you guys to put a pending order. Okay, so that way, based on the alert that you receive, right? So you put your stop loss, your pending order for the entry. And me personally, what I do is I put my TP3. Okay, I put the TP3 price, and then I just monitor it. Okay, and if you're on the FX Mastery, you're gonna be able to get access to the trade manager. Okay, so that's a great tool to use. So the trade manager will give you access to just put your entry and the stop loss, and then it's going to manage your trade here based on the percentage of you want to get out on the trade, and based on the TPs. Okay. Okay, another question here is how many pairs do you usually focus on per week? Because there's quite a few on the COT list. Yeah, what I do, I'm just gonna go back on the list. Me personally, what I love to trade are the GBP pairs. Okay, anything that has GBP, I love it. Even anything that has JPY and CAD. Okay, but you could always focus on if you start out with on trading. I would say to focus on 3 to 4 pairs maximum, so that way you could know exactly how the pair moves, and then you could decide exactly, okay, maybe euro NZD, I don't like it, but I like NZD USD, how it moves, right, and so on and so forth. So the best thing to do would be to look at the charts, okay, on a 1 hour, and just look at the previous data, okay. Just back test the currency to see exactly how it moves, okay. Because sometimes you're going to see a lot of wicks on a pair compared to another. Like the USD ZAR, if we look at the USD ZAR, we're going to look at I'm just going to look at the weekly, okay, just to give you an idea. you see the USD, if you look at the weekly, it does a lot of wicks. It does a lot of wicks, right? Compared to another pair, let's say Euro USD. So there's less wicks on your, like the euros or CAD. If you look at CAD too, like it doesn't move the same way. So you're gonna see the ones that you really like to trade on, and then you just have to focus on that. It's better to focus on few pairs than to just have all of the pairs open and get all of the alerts and get overwhelmed with alerts, and you don't know what to do, and you're managing your account, right? That's not what you want. So the best advice would be to look at a few pairs only to start with, and then when you get better at it, just add more. Okay, that's only the pairs that will be moving here, but that doesn't mean that you have to add all of the pairs to trade on. If that makes sense. Perfect. So if there's any other questions. Okay. All right, no problem, no problem. Perfect. Okay, so I'll close it out now, guys. So like I said, on tomorrow, if you're our VIP member, you're gonna have access to our weekly COT update. I will add the list of the currency that will be moving for the week. Okay, and I'll add another section for the ones the future that will be moving the most. Okay, so that way you're gonna know. Basically, what I do is that when I see GBP is strong for a week, it's not gonna say buy or sell, right? I'm just gonna reshare my screen. I thought that was still sharing, but I'll reshare it again just to perfect. So we're gonna have the list here right there without the bias, the directional bias. And what I do here, and I will add the future currencies that'll be moving the most. Okay. And basically the hint that I'm giving you guys is that if I say the British pound and the CAD will be moving the most for the week, what does that mean? That means I'm only gonna be focusing on anything that has British pound in it and anything that has CAD. So this week, what I looked at was Cad Jpy, Euro GBP, Euro CAD, GBP JPY, GBP USD, and USD CAD. That was my focus. Okay, so those were the pair that I was looking at the most. So that gives you a hint of what I do overall with the data. Perfect, great. So yeah, so like I said, tomorrow you're gonna have the list, and then we're gonna reconvene on Monday. We're gonna analyze all of the pairs that I talked about, and I'll show you the actual data for the ones that will be moving the most here overall. Okay. So on that note, guys, I wish you a wonderful weekend. Okay, and hopefully you take the time to rest, get with your family, enjoy the weekend, and if you want to back test everything, that's the best thing, the best time to do it. Don't do it a lot. Just make sure that you take care of yourself first, and then on Monday we're gonna go back on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna look at the pairs and everything, and you should be having a great week as we all had here this week. So on that note, I wish you a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Bye, guys.